Hello and welcome to the EUSL. I'm Radical Rex, and today, on the final day of the regular season, we've got a matchup for you here between Bully Boys and Raccoon Rampage. This is an important matchup for both teams. The winner of this game will be going through to... both will be going through to playoffs, but the winner of this game will be the 7th seed, the loser will be the 8th seed, which is critical because the 8th seed will face the 1st seed, who are Brunk HC, who so far have only dropped the games this season to Monkey Monsters and Pivo, the second and third teams. The number 7 seed will play Monkey Monsters, who have dropped games. I mean, for instance, dropped a game to Bully Boys just a week ago. So, pretty big difference in the opponent there. I'm just going to move my mic slightly closer. It should sound better now. I'm going to ready up and we should get started here. Both these teams, like I said, will absolutely be playing as hard as possible to make sure that they get that favourable seed. We had a brilliant matchup earlier as Underdogs played OGA. OGA needed to win there to keep their season alive, and unfortunately lost 6-5. So that ended their season there, and that means we now have the playoff teams confirmed. The only thing left to confirm is the seeding, and even that is fairly well confirmed. I think all the teams at the top are guaranteed to play in the places they are currently. Brunk HC is guaranteed first, Monkey Monsters second, Pivo third, Karakopla Karakopla are actually now fifth after the game that was played an hour ago, as Dimmy there tries to open up the scoring. So it'll be Underdogs fourth, Karakopla will play fifth, Midas HC, I think, are locked in 6th. Yes, they are. Raccoon Rampage and Bully Boys are the only teams left to decide who will take 7th and 8th. And that's what this game will decide here. Once this game is over, those playoff seeds are absolutely locked in. There are still a couple more games to be played, which will be caught up next week. Babito clears that away. Here's Latka around to Babito again. And Babito up for Hamp. Hamp looking into the middle for Roger Mosca. Good stop there by David. Brilliant try there. Hamp to Roger Mosca, connecting nicely, but David does a better job on the save. Latka has it in midfield. Pressure by Dimmy. Latka keeps it. Looks with a pass up to Hamp, but can't make that work. Now around to Hamp again. Here's Oception. Straight to Babito's stick. Babito here caught well upfield, but Lara Steves and Dimmy had a bit of a disagreement there. That probably cost him a goal. They had Babito way out of position. Lau Steves and Babito both wanted the puck and both went for it. Oception back to Lau. He puts it onto Dimmy's head and Dimmy nearly gets that in. With a little choco there and tried it again. Good pressure there from Bully Boys, but couldn't create anything from it. Here's Babito now playing up for Hamp. Hamp tries a little move, but the shot inaccurate. Round to Latka. Cleared out by Dimmy. Now Roger Mosca. Back to Babito. He launches one and Oception clears that one out. Neither team is able to really open up much at all so far, and Dimmy nearly found the back of the net with that one, but Latka was on it. Two good goalkeepers playing in these games. Babito and David played well all season for their teams. Both have impressed me quite a lot. Here's Roger Mosca trying to find space. It's Lara Steves making the critical catch there. Now Latka. Pressure by Dimmy. Back to Latka. Bouncing around for Babito. Babito plays it up the rink. Onto David's stick. David straight back the other way. Both these teams playing quite cautiously so far. Getting rid of the puck as quick as possible. Like I said, they know what's on the line here. If they match up against Brunk in the first round, let's be honest, it's probably not going to happen. If they match up against Monkey Monsters, it's certainly within the realms of possibility. Bully Boys beat them. Both of these teams actually got a win against Monkey Monsters in regular season, so both of them would certainly feel more comfortable in that matchup than they did against Brunk, who, like I said, only dropped games to the top 2. Here's Latka. And for Babito, like I said, playing safe there, just dipping it back to Babito. Not much pressure on Babito here. Now Roger Mosca. Again, I think both teams probably not wanting to get caught pressing high. Just want to sit back, defend their man. It looks like we're going to have a scoreless first period here. At least as of yet, neither team has really showed that they have what it takes to score. Roger Mosca round to Lala Steves, Babito. I should say I didn't actually look what can happen with overtime results here. I'm not sure how that would work. Here's Roger Mosca again. Can't quite find it. And Latka there makes it and gets the first one. So Roger Mosca takes from David, puts it in the middle, and nobody there to save it. David, little mistake, cost them there, 1-0. If Bully Boys win on OT, it will be overtime. They'll be 7th. But so far, Raccoon Rampage taking the lead. Hamp plays into the middle, and it's Roger Mosca there to drive it home. So, I mean, is it... Wait, Streak, if either team win either way, they're top, though, right? Oh, but of course, yeah, if Bully Boys win in overtime, they'll be on the same points, and so it goes to tiebreakers. So I assume Streak is saying, yeah, they win on tiebreakers if it goes to equal points. Latka. Now to Roger Mosca. He's got a nice run there, but he misses that pass. Should have been a third goal there, but just missed Hamp. Bully Boys have had some good results recently. That went in the first period, 2-0. Looked like it was going to be scoreless with a minute left, but Raccoon Rampage got 2 in the last minute. Gives them a nice safety net to work with going into the second period. They should be able to play a little bit safer. Absorb some of the pressure, and they know that they can rely on those 2 goals to keep them that lead. Going to be hard now for Bully Boys to get back into this. Didn't really show much in terms of attacking in that first period. Babito not put under much pressure. Here's Oception with a chance, but it's put in the air. David. David and Oception clashing there. Again, that's the second time where Bully Boys have sort of wasted quite nice looking chances as Lala Steves. Good job from him on the pressure, won the puck and nearly had himself a goal. So it's twice now I was saying that Bully Boys have missed quite good looking chances with players bumping into each other. Here's Hamp. Hamp launches a long one, and shots like that, it's almost impossible to stop a shot like that. Came out of nowhere. Looked like he was going to go for a pass across and absolutely pulled that one out of nowhere. Underdogs won in regular time, yeah, so OGA eliminated from the playoffs unless, I think there is like a... No. OGA, if they got an overtime win in the last game, would have had a small chance of getting it if Bully Boys were blown out in regular time. I think it would have gone down to goal differential between the two because they would have had the same record. And so if Raccoon Rampage had, I think, lost by 6 goals... No, sorry, if Bully Boys had lost by 6 goals and OGA had won in overtime, OGA would have got 8th. I think. Because I think they would have finished on the same record. But because they didn't, it's OGA and Raccoon Rampage are guaranteed playoff spots. Babito, round to Latka. OGA scored more goals this season than Pivo. Damn. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Ali was, for me, Ali was probably the most impressive... Like, one of the most, the breakout player of the season for me was probably Ali. I think Ali played very well. And that pairing between Ali and... Never Lucky worked really, really well for them. Considering they're both players that haven't played in pro before. As Roger Mosca makes it 4. And unfortunately here for Bully Boys, they don't have the spark which they played with. They've had some matchups. I've streamed some matchups of theirs in the last couple of weeks where they really looked like they were starting to put together some pretty impressive stuff for this team. They played Monkey Monsters earlier this week and they lost that one, but it was close. Obviously, that's the matchup that they won previously. And they looked good in that, but so far, apart from that shot from Lala Steves, which bounced off the post, not much from them. Here's Dimmy. Nice try there by Dimmy, but straight up to Babito. Roger Mosca nearly gets a shot on target. David just clears that away. Here's Latka again, though, and again, the puck goes straight back. Bully has 100% goal participation. Imagine questioning the talents of that man when he has 100% goal participation. Dimmy there again with a nice opportunity, and again it's squandered. A long shot that Babito did a good job closing down the angles, got up the rink, shut down the angles that Dimmy had to work with. Here's Dimmy again. Can he create something this time? Latka able to stop that one. Feels like every Bully Boys attack is dealt with fairly cleanly, and putting some pressure on here, but even that didn't get very close. Raccoon Rampage have not had a difficult time so far. First couple minutes, struggled a bit offensively, but here's Odra He had a look at going back the other way, and I'm not going to lie, so far, David playing a bit too aggressively for my liking, I'd have to say. A couple times now that he's been caught, pushed up quite far. Like a nice move there. Looking for separation now, looks for Odra up the board, but Odra can't get it in time. Bouncing it back to Babito. Latka, the only player on the rink right now with an EUSL gold. As the Season 5 gold, and Hamp nearly pulled another one out of the bag. He's already had an impressive backhand shot that looked like it wasn't going to happen earlier, but... Here's Babito. Bouncing it up to Odra Nice play by Babito there, using the chip to get it past Lala Steves, but didn't quite work out. 60 seconds left in the second. And so far, we've yet to see anything really from Bully Boys. Here's Latka. They haven't scrimmed as much with this with Lala Steves as they have with... Who is it he usually plays? Foos. Foos is their normal player, and I don't think they've scrimmed anywhere near as much. Lala Steves is a fairly new addition. That could be the key here, because they just do not really look like they're working together that well. Hamp now, good shot there, but David stops it. Looks like that was going top corner. Nearly making it 5. Been a rough day for 5-0 sports teams. Thankfully, 4-0 as well. My team, Nottingham Forest, lost to... Wait, who were we playing again? Fulham, 4-0. Maybe we can recreate Liverpool, Manchester United with a little 5-0 result. Oception trying to find a way through, and the 5-0, the chance at a recreation of that Liverpool, Manchester United game kept alive there by the buzzer. And that was nearly a goal for Dimmy. That was really the first time we've seen a sort of decent bit of string of play from Bully Boys around the Raccoon Rampage net, and it is ended by the buzzer. A shame for them. Waiting now for David to level up. I just saw Alex say level in chat, so I said level instead of ready. Here we go. Oception and Hamp. Back to Odra Now Latka. I think the key here for Bully Boy, I mean, they need to improve everywhere really, but I think a good start would be getting some pressure on Babito, which they're already doing. Most of this game, Babito has pretty much sat back and on his own and scored, and again, oh no, not like this. I said previously, it's Bully Boys players bumping into each other has ruined half their chances, and it happens again there, and this one goes even worse, goes straight back into the Bully Boys net. Lala Steves and Dimmy there, I don't know what's happening, but it looks like they're just... Both of them think the puck is theirs, and they try and take it, and yeah, it's the third time that's ruined a good chance. This time, ending an absolute disaster. Could surpass even what Ole can manage. Now Steve's there nearly setting up David, who's playing very aggressively now. Now Steve's again. He's been trying, he finds David there. Apparently he's now playing... Looks like they're not really playing a goalkeeper now. Maybe Oception and David have swapped. Not quite sure what's going on up front. Well, defensively for this Bully Boys team. I guess at this point, they know what's at stake. A win here. A loss doesn't actually change much. I mean, well, they're still in playoffs. But a win is vital. And so I guess they play 4 men up, hoping that they can cram in the goals. And Lala Steves looking to start it, but off the post again. Lala Steves had a couple of nice shots today. He's about as close as they've come to a goal, but hasn't worked. Can it work here? Lovely setup by David. Lala Steves timed the rush right, but just didn't quite get the swing correct. Odra finds Dimmy just saved by Babito. Babito putting in a shift right now, and Hamp there trying to get another one. Odromosco trapped on the board, couldn't find it. Latka has it. Oception. A very unjustified comment there, I'd have to say. Don't think Odromosco could have done much more with it. He was pressure from both sides, and Hamp plays into the middle for Odromosco. And Alex Meister, I think, has correctly diagnosed the issue. I think it is indeed over. It's going to be a difficult comeback for Bully Boys here. They obviously they've got themselves a place in playoffs, but unfortunately it's going to be that number 8 spot against Brunk HC, and I'm afraid. And again, we see it again there. It's really odd how often that's happened for Bully Boys. Just like very sort of odd, like, running into each other when one person clearly already has the puck. Unfortunately, I'm afraid Bully Boys against Brunk HC, you have to think will be sort of a warm-up match as Odromosco makes it 7. Maybe we can do Brazil versus Germany in the World Cup semi-finals from a few years ago. BBO get 2. Was it Brazil Germany? Wait, was that 7-1? Oh, it's 7-1. Wait, was that 7-1? Yeah, 7-1. Well, maybe we can manage that. I'm sure Bully Boys can find one. Thank you for the sub, man. Oh, and nope, we're not recreating that. I'm now really racking my brain. 8-0. 8-0. Thank you for the sub, mate. I do appreciate it. 8-0. That's a difficult one. 8-0 is a point which like most sports don't get, because you've pretty much passed football, or at least football games that I know about. 9-0. Latka puts it on. Raccoon Rampage toxic since when? I'd have to say I don't think it was really them being toxic. I mean, Oception started because Odromosco held the puck on the board for like 2 seconds because he was pressured from both sides, and Oception said stop. I think he said stop being a dick. I imagine it was start out, which I mean I think was an unreasonable comment because Odromosco was pressured from both sides. It's not like he could have done anything with the puck. So, I mean, I think, to be fair, I think Raccoon Rampage are justified in being a bit toxic here, given that here's Odromosco looking to make it 10, can't find Hamp. I think Raccoon Rampage are probably justified in being a bit toxic, because I think the comment from Oception was probably unnecessary. Here's Hamp. Obviously, in the heat of the moment, it's easy to say stuff like that, but if you're going to be a bit toxic one way, then I think you have to expect it back. Here's Babito now, bouncing up the ball for Odromosco. It didn't look to me like Odromosco was time wasting. It looked to me like he was pinned onto the board from both sides as Babito makes another brilliant save with 30 seconds left. I think that's probably over. Well, I'm pretty sure it's over. 9-0. Can't think of any 9-0s. You're getting to sort of American football territory there. 3 field goals. And there we go. 10 seconds left. I can't think of a 9-0 NFL result. So I've got no idea. And there we go. That will end it. It's a difficult result there for BBO. Both teams in playoffs, but of course, Raccoon Rampage securing a berth against Monkey Monsters, a matchup they've won this season. Main saying both Raccoons going to get smashed by Monkeys. I mean, Raccoon beat Monkeys in overtime earlier in the season, and Raccoons are playing better now than they've played. Odromosco and Hamp are playing very well at the minute. I wouldn't be surprised if that game is closer than... I wouldn't be surprised if that game was actually reasonably close. From what I've seen of Monkeys at the minute, they are matching their sort of mid-season form. And Odromosco and Hamp are playing unbelievably. Latka and Babito are playing unbelievably. I think that could be a decent game. In fact, if I had to pick one of the top 4 teams to get knocked out of Brunk, Monkey Monsters, Pivo, and Underdogs, if I had to pick one of them to lose their matchup, it honestly probably would be. Well, it'd be Pivo or Monkey Monsters, I think. I think Underdogs will beat Karakopla. I think Brunk will beat Bully Boys. Pivo, I reckon, would beat Midas. I mean, I could see maybe them having... they've had some bad games this season. I could see them doing that, but Pivo have played well the last few times I've seen them. Most likely, to me, would be Monkey Monsters leaving to Raccoon Rampage. I just don't think Monkey Monsters have been on the form that they've been on. That mid-season, they were playing really well. And recently, I mean, I don't know. I don't think they've been on the same form. I'm going to go across the post-game stats. And as in 90% of games, it's shots that wins it. Raccoon Rampage have more shots on target, and so they win it. Yeah, I mean, Sveta, I think 100% a Midas win over Pivo is believable. You've got to remember it's the same group of players that beat Revenant, well, except for Sveta and Matacore playing in place of Frontes. It's the same group of players that beat Revenant in Season 1. I mean, Midas have a way with the upsets. And I think also, like, Pivo have dropped some games this season which they really had no excuse to drop. Like the little fart there, I'm not sure if you heard that. That was epic. Pivo have dropped some games like against like the Heretics game, which they really shouldn't have dropped. So I think I could see Midas doing that, but I think more likely, I honestly think Raccoon beating Monkey Monsters is more likely. I mean, yeah, the top 4 usually get into semis. I think... I'm just saying, if I had to pick one where the top seed lost it, I'd probably go for Monkey Monsters. Well, the Karakopla have been playing well recently as well. The Karakopla versus Underdogs could be a pretty good game. They by the way, swapped positions since the stats page was updated. On the stats page right now, Karakopla is in 4th, but they are now... Underdogs have one more win and have another game to play, but that doesn't matter. In case you're not aware, that does actually lock in the standings for this for the playoffs, and so Brunk HC top, Monkey Monsters 2nd, Pivo 3rd, Underdogs 4th, Karakopla 5th, Midas HC 6th, Raccoon Rampage 7th, and Underdogs and Bully Boys 8th.